What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I am back with another video. It's a late night video. It's about 3:39. I'm gonna release this video probably about at least about 9:30 tomorrow morning. You guys are getting your coffee. But anyway, shout out to everybody that's been rocking out with me, supporting me, not just me and the broadband bully. Shout out to you guys that have been rocking by, swinging by the site. Like I said, we're running a giveaway for the fight for the first few months. Each month we will pick a winner from the website that's the most active on the site, leaving comments. And anyway, a $60 game. Whether you want Uncharted, The Last of Us 2, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy. Whether you want an Xbox Live card or a PSN, $60 for the month, doesn't matter. It's your choice. And again, it's a way of us saying thank you. And if post see this video, I got powdered donuts all on my shirt, but post will be very proud of this shirt. NASA. Post that NASA is fake. But anyway, getting right into today's videos. Next generation starts in, well, it's already started more or less. You have the marketing tools, ray tracing, this, tower power, 12 T-flops, 10 T-flops. Everyone's talking about this next generation. Some people say they feel like it's too soon. Believe it or not, this generation started in 2013. 7 years ago, the PS4 Pro, which I have here, and the Xbox One X, those weren't new generation. Those are what you call the mid-gen refresh, and those were just made to make what you have already run a little prettier, a little shinier than what you already have. Move this up here. So anyway, some more leaks and some more rumors have released. I'm gonna share with you guys on the screen. Now, from the rip, it came out that said that the PlayStation 5, that their dev kits were more powerful than Microsoft's Anaconda. That the looked like the PS5 was indeed more powerful than the Xbox Series X. You had all these rumors coming out saying that Microsoft didn't have the dev kits in the developer's hand. There was issues with them, but Sony is indeed more powerful. Mainly, they were further along with their quote unquote with their dev kits. Then out of nowhere, Microsoft named it Xbox Series X. Kind of shy with the number 12 T-flop, some computing power, ray tracing, and they actually even went on to show the concept, the actual console at the Video Game Awards. Now we have some more leaks, some more rumors that's saying that even though the X is indeed more powerful, it's not that big of a gap. The initial was saying that the PS5, will be 9.2, 9.3 T-flops, and that the Xbox Series X, I do not like their name, will be 12 T-flops. And that is a huge advantage. At the start of the generation, would Sony give their biggest competitor that big of a lead in far as power? We're talking about 3 whole T-flops. Now, according to this site here, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Don't shoot the messenger, I shout. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm going to share my screen with you. According to these new leaks, it puts the Xbox Series X. Puts the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 kind of neck and neck. Let me go back here. Like I said, this is the website here. Let me scroll back. thebroadbandbullies.com. Leave a link. Check it out yourself. Scroll over here. We got here the link. The article. Spanish website leak. We have sources and everything in there. Spanish website leak claims the PS5 to be 10.24 teraflops and the Xbox Series X 10.44 teraflops. Now, check this out. At the start of this generation, the original Xbox is 1.3. The PlayStation 4 was 1.8. You know what I mean? And it was a big to do made between 1.3 to 1.8. 900p to 1080p. You guys know the rest, right? So, like I said, with that being said, I just felt it, how you say, kind of strange. Let's, that that Sony would give their biggest competitor that big of a leap in far as translate this here in terms of computing power at the start. Now they said rumors, take it with a grain of salt. But I did translate the original the article from Spanish to English. It said take this with Tweezers. Take this with Tweezers. Now mind you, it's broken down from Spanish, so some of it may seem a little off. I arrived and it said, I guess it arrived in an email just yesterday. The CPU says the CPU of both the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 is the same. Is Zen 2, but with the following features: no chips. Is a monolithic in a single SoC. If you know what that means, stands for, SoC stands for System on a Chip. Now I'm not gonna go reading all this hogwash, but anyway, one of the bottlenecks from this generation that held this generation back was the very, very anemic Jaguar Core CPUs. These CPUs that came out on these consoles, be that they were mobile, I never heard no one talking about what you got up under the hood. I'm rocking these Jaguar Core. Like it was one thing that hobbled even the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. They still had to go with the big, slightly a little faster, but the same more or less architecture. But anyway, scrolling down, it says here, 2 clock speeds only in the next generation game mode reaches the maximum speed. In other mode, it goes with the speed cut even in BC mode. Now check this out here, right? One of the normal, like I said, the advantages of next generation, they will have, Phil has come out and said 4 times the speed or the memory bandwidth and the CPU power of the Xbox One X. So from the rip, you would think that everything will be 60 frames per second. But here's the thing, I don't think so. I think even in next generation, things will be, how you say, native 4K, 30. But we're also talking about ray tracing. One of the big things that we got from last generation to this generation was the inclusion of HDR. And I'm not going to lie, I love HDR. A lot of PC guys don't play with it on. They turn it off for the film original. I love HDR. That's why I play on OLED TVs. On the monitor. I love HDR. I love the implementation. To me, that was the biggest thing this leap this right now. As far as ray tracing, I don't know if it will play that big of a factor into the next generation where developers use it. They hyping it now. But all that would take a hit, like I said, as far as in your CPU. So for those of some of us out there, I guess, saying that 4K 60 should be the standard, I don't know, and I don't think so. Giving a developer more power, most likely, especially on the consoles or single player games, it will make a prettier game. The game will be prettier. You're gonna have the HDR, of course. Now you're gonna have ray tracing. So I expect the next Assassin's Creed to be very, very pretty, but still be at 30 frames. Now multiplayer is something different. Anything as far as shooter, that's why I didn't really like Destiny. Everything should be 60 frames per second when it comes to shooters. But maybe there may be a quote unquote an option to turn it off or to turn it on. As far as, like I said, performance mode. But it says PS5 speed is 1.6 gigahertz, 2.1 and 3.2. Xbox One X speed is 1.7, 2.3, and 3.4. The second speed is only activated in the beat, I guess, as far as the the developer mode or whatever the case may be. As far as RAM, GDDR6 memory, nothing exotic HBM2 style, 16 gigabytes in total. So it looked like both the X and the PS5 will have around 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now listen, all that RAM will not be allocated for gaming. Maybe 10 be allocated for gaming. You got the other party that will be for the system's OS and recording and other fancy stuff you're gonna be doing behind the scenes in the dashboard. Like this generation, both the X and the PS5 launched with 8 gigs. Developers had access to to about 5.5, at launch, and the rest were for the OS and things going on in the background. But like I said, and then talking about 1 terabyte of internal storage. Now, one thing with Sony is using their own proprietary hardware as far as the SSD drive, and they're supposed to be extremely fast as far as loading games. Look like they may have the leg up on Microsoft when it comes to load times. You know, something they're padding. Maybe 1 second faster than the other. But like I said, according to the site, though, that they're going to be neck and neck. So I put both of these consoles. Not saying this website is indeed correct, but hey, I'm just reporting. Don't shoot the messenger, I shout. Just reporting, say on the rumors that, let's say 10.24 to 10.44, not 12 to 9. Like I said, if that was the case, that is a big, a huge leap to give your competitor. That's also been asking guys, like, does the power matter? Like, we got to pick and choose. Does power, because they say to, how you say, not paint the narrative. We got to keep that same energy. Either power matter or it doesn't. You know what I mean? Now, again, you're gonna take this video with a huge grain of salt. From this I'll leave the link down. You guys can go, for those that love tech, to divulge and go on between the rumors and the LinkedIn's and the, what do you call it, the data mines, and jokes. Like, it'd be crazy. Like, you know what I mean? I'll be glad when both Microsoft and Sony finally come out and confirms it was since in each one of these boxes. So we can stuff, like I said, all these arm chin Sunday night quarterbacks out there. They got, they know this, know that, and so we can, actually know for themselves. But again, console, I'm not saying specs are important, but to me, the most important thing is getting to next generation. I want to see the game, and me seeing a huge leap in overall what the game look like. Like, I'll give you an example. Hellblade 2, you know what I mean? I didn't really care for Hellblade 1, but just judging by the visuals from what I saw, I was like, oh shit, this is a little crazy. Now, also too, like I said, Sony is launching with Godfall. Wasn't a very pretty game, but I am interested in it for the fact of, it's like a hack and slash looter shooter, you know what I mean? And if they can support it, with content, not make it get. There's one thing about Destiny did when they did those raids, and they kept it fresh for a long time. I think when it comes to looter shooters this generation, in my opinion, even though I didn't really care for Destiny, the reason why I didn't care for it is because they're 30 frames. And listen, I got back into shooters this generation, and going from games like Battlefield or Duty or Gears to playing Destiny, it felt very slow and sluggish. It did, so I couldn't really get into it. So hoping, wish list, that there will be a Destiny 3 at launch. I doubt it for the next generation, but if there is a Destiny 3 at launch, I know it's going to be 60 frames a second, so that will be my introduction to the Destiny world and me playing everyday loot and raids with you guys. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. This puts according to these rumors, again, it puts the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 5 more or less neck and neck in terms of power. You know what I mean? Now, it's up to the developers, first party, to see what they can get about with these consoles. The Spanish website, I'll leave the link down below, says that the PS5 will be 10.24 T-flops, and the Xbox One X will be 10.44. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This is your boy, Next Gen 720. I'm out of here.